Hello. Welcome back to my channel with me, Victorious Human, as we are reading through the Bible, only chapter ones. And we are now in First Samuel, verse 1. It reads, "A certain man from Ramathaim in the hill country of Ephraim was named Elkanah. He was the son of Jeroham. Jeroham was the son of Elihu. Elihu was the son of Tohu. Tohu was the son of Zuph. Elkanah belonged to the family line of Zuph. Elkanah lived in the territory of Ephraim. Elkanah had two wives. One was named Hannah, and the other was named Peninnah. Peninnah had children, but Hannah didn't. Year after year, Elkanah went up from his town to Shiloh. He went there to worship and sacrifice to the Lord, who rules over all. Hophni and Phinehas served as priests of the Lord at Shiloh. They were the two sons of Eli. Every year at Shiloh, the day would come for Elkanah to offer a sacrifice. On that day, he would give a share of the meat to his wife Peninnah. He would also give a share to each of her sons and daughters. But he would give 2 shares of meat to Hannah. That's because he loved them. He also gave her 2 shares because the Lord had kept her from having children. Peninnah teased Hannah to make her angry. She did it because the Lord had kept Hannah from having children. Peninnah teased Hannah year after year. Every time Hannah would go up to the house of the Lord, Elkanah's other wife would tease her. She would keep doing it until Hannah cried and wouldn't eat. Her husband Elkanah would say to her, "Hannah, why are you crying? Why don't you eat? Why are you so unhappy? Don't I mean more to you than 10 sons?" One time, when they had finished eating and drinking in Shiloh, Hannah stood up. Eli the priest was sitting on his chair by the doorpost of the Lord's house. Hannah was very sad. She wept and wept. She prayed to the Lord. She had a promise to him. She said, "Lord, you rule over all. Please see how I'm suffering. Show concern for me. Don't forget about me. Please give me a son. If you do, I will give him back to the Lord. Then he will serve the Lord all the days of his life. He will never use a razor on his head. He will never cut his hair." As Hannah kept on praying to the Lord, Eli watched her lips. She was praying in her heart. Her lips were moving, but she wasn't making a sound. Eli thought Hannah was drunk. He said to her, "How long are you going to stay drunk? Stop drinking your wine." "That's not true, sir," Hannah replied. "I am a woman who is deeply troubled. I haven't been drinking wine or beer. I was telling the Lord all my troubles. Don't think of me as an evil woman. I have been praying here because I am very sad. My pain is so great." Eli answered, "Go in peace. May the God of Israel give you what you have asked for him." She said, "May you be pleased with me." Then she left and had something to eat. Her face wasn't sad anymore. That's complete faith. Early the next morning, Elkanah and his family got up. They worshipped the Lord. Then they went back to their home in Ramah. Elkanah slept with his wife Hannah, and the Lord blessed her. So after some time, Hannah became pregnant. She had a baby boy. boy, she said, I asked the Lord for him. So she named him Samuel. Elkanah went up to Shiloh to offer the yearly sacrifice of the Lord. He also went there to keep a promise he had made. His whole family went with him. But Hannah didn't go. She said to her husband, when the boy doesn't need me to breastfeed him anymore, I will take him to the Lord's house. I will give him to the Lord there. He will stay there for the rest of his life. Her husband Elkanah told her, do what you think is best. Stay here at home until Samuel doesn't need you to breastfeed him anymore. May the Lord make his promise to you come true. So Hannah stayed home. She breastfed her son until he didn't need her milk anymore. When the boy didn't need her breast feed him anymore, she took him with her to Shiloh. She took him there even though he was still very young, probably 1.5 years old. Oh dear. She brought him to the Lord's house. She brought along a bull that was 3 years old. She brought 36 pounds of flour. She also brought a bottle of wine. The bottle was made out of animal skin. Keeping your promise to the very end. After the bull was sacrificed, Elkanah and Hannah brought the boy to Eli. Hannah said to Eli, pardon me, sir. I am the woman who stood here beside you praying to the Lord. And that's just as sure as you are alive. I prayed for this child. The Lord has given me what I asked him for. So now I am giving him to the Lord. As long as he lives, he will be given to the Lord. And there Eli worshipped the Lord. Wow, wow, wow. What a touching story. What a touching story. That could not have been easy. That was not easy. I won't tell you what happened. Find out what happened. What became of this boy? What became of him? Wow, wow, wow. Get reading. You will not regret that investment. You will not. Remain blessed and continue to be victorious.